That sounds
Outcast episode 5. How
Outcast
much
is
are you loving this,
amazing.
Scott? Because since we last did this, you hadn't watched any of it.
Exactly.
Come on then.
Holy crap. Outcast is awesome. Like, did not expect. Like, I know you guys are like, yeah, yeah, you'll probably like it. No, I love it. It's so like I don't know. Like the closest thing I can describe it to is like Evil Dead, but not. Like,
Yeah.
I get some real Evil Dead vibes from it, and I just love it. The casting choice is perfect. Like, spot on. Oh well, then again, it's not based on a comic, is it? Or is it based on a
Yeah, it
comic?
is. Yeah, yeah. Quite a
Well,
short running
but
comic, but yeah.
like to me, like, it's so well done. Um, it's the right amount of gore for what it needs to be, I guess would be the word. Like, it's not over the top, but it's not too little.
Oh man, but that first scene of that first episode really grossed me out. It just fucked me up
Straight in.
straight away. I thought, if it's going to be like this, can I even carry on watching it? But luckily,
It
that
was
was like.
I mean, I shouldn't probably describe it as beautiful. Now I'm gonna probably on a watch list now. But I was just so happy seeing it. I was like, oh, this is great. I'm surprised this got made. It's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm really digging it. And this latest episode, just I want to know. I kind of want to read the comic to know what's going on, but I also don't because I'm really just enjoying this fresh take on something that I didn't expect to enjoy because I'm not a massive fan of the occult and demon stuff.
No.
Like, it's not really my thing.
Mm.
I mean, Evil Dead is, but that's not really like it's not to be taken lightly. Seriously, Evil Dead. If you
No,
watched
I
it.
mean, yeah, I'm not normally into the kind of religious elements of fantasy, but I think it's handled quite smartly because no one in this world believes in it, and they're up against all these unbelievers, and that's one of their bigger challenges. And it's the conflicts they've set up and the way they're handling the Reverend who thought he had thought he had solved so many problems. He was really quite proud of himself last episode. all these achievements he'd done in his life. He's realised, shit, I haven't really done a lot. He might have repressed the demons in some people, but they're still there. And he's starting to, if anything though, I think I wanted to see a bit more. They could have made a bit more of how the Reverend's basically world kind of should have come crashing down, because the things he had based his kind of his life on, he hasn't really achieved what he thought he had, and maybe we'll see that as time goes on. What did you think of this one, Alex? You've been enjoying this show, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. I took a step back last night and sort of looked at how it was being performed as well, and just tried to pick apart what made it so enjoyable for me. Because I unlike you, I do enjoy the religious aspects of fantasy, and I particularly like it when they base it on established theology as well. So I'm hoping that they can bring that into this,
Yeah.
with some real accepted demons and whatnot from theology. But I don't know what it is. There's something about the way that the cast slot together well that it seems like every box is ticked.
They have
So you've
really
got-
good rapport. Like, that's
they
the
do.
one thing I noticed. I was like, these guys are quite like they work in tandem very well with each other.
Yes, you've got the Phil Glenister and what's it? I don't know what the Patrick Fugit, I think his name is, or Fugit, maybe
Something
one who
like
plays
that, yeah.
Kyle. They get on really well together. But then you take Kyle out and put him next to his ex-wife Alison, and even though they're supposed to, I don't know, it's really strange relationship between them, and you feel on edge, and it's portrayed really well. That the fact that you're supposed to feel on edge, and they're really making you feel that. I originally thought it was down to some slightly less than perfect acting on their part, but taking a step back and looking at it again, they're doing it very deliberate. It's very deliberate actions on both their parts that make you feel that something's about to jump out of the bushes, or that awkward feeling. And it's, I mean, going again with the soundtrack as well. It's a lot of sort of off chords played as well,
Yeah.
just to really draw you into it. and then nothing happens, and you're just even more scared for the next scene. Then, which it's really gripping me, and really, yeah, really.
I think one of the ways they're doing that is they're feeding us enough each episode to. They kind of give you little pieces of each question that you've got, and they just give you little answers here and there. And at the beginning of this episode, we left off last episode with we need to go and see my wife. My kid could be in trouble, and then they kind of backed off again. I thought, oh right, a bit of a they lost their bottle a little bit, but then they go kind of straight back into it, and we got enough from this the answers of to get into a bit of spoilery territory. He the way he finds out if people are still possessed is he gets hands on with them and sees how they react. And they sort of teased the idea with his wife really cleverly that when he touched her, she flinched, and it was like that was brilliant because it was so ambiguous.
Absolutely.
You're like, is that because she's possessed? Yeah. Is that because she's scared of him because she thinks he beat her up? And she's even got these doubts in her mind. What really happened? She can't believe he would be that person, but he wants to commit to that story because it's for their safety, and he doesn't want to get too close to them because these demons keep coming into his life. And it's just brilliant the way this conflict is set up.
So have you read the comic then, Stuart?
No, I was going to when this season started, but I wanted to do the opposite of what I did with Walking Dead, where I kind of knew bits, and I could see certain things coming, but they kept it different enough that it was still interesting. But really, a lot of the big moments were kind of lost on me. So I made the decision not to read this one, to just enjoy it for what it is. And I'm kind of glad I did, because I'm really enjoying the show, and I can't say whether I'd enjoy it more or less having read it, but I know that I'm enjoying it a lot at the minute.
See, I was the same with Walking Dead, but it's just some things like in the Walking Dead when you read like Kill 'Em All in the comic and then you see it on screen, there's nothing beating that though with the governor, and there isn't like seeing that come to fruition. So that's why I'm kind of there with this. I'm gonna see how this season plays out, I think, and then I'll decide if I'm gonna read the comic, and I might read up to where season 1 leaves off and see if it is different, because I don't want to spoil it for me.
No,
but I also want that seeing what happens on page coming to screen and it being what I envisioned and more.
Yeah, I mean,
like Kill 'Em All.
That's probably what I might do, which is let season 1 finish, find out where the book takes you up to, and just read up to there, just to see how it plays out, and then I can make my mind up whether that's a journey worth continuing on or not. But I think I'm just enjoying not having a clue what's coming at the moment. Anything else you guys want to say about Outcast?
They have a solid direction of where they're going, which is good. Like, it doesn't feel like later episodes of The Walking Dead, where it's like, we're just going to meander around for a while. So let's go and do this episode, storyline for 3 episodes. That doesn't really matter. Let's have 2 episodes of flashbacks, which doesn't really matter.
No.
Like, there's no padding yet. And
hopefully very much on a journey.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't need padding. Like, it's very concise and gets to the points it needs to make.